All right, so Brian asks, what's your favorite food to eat while deep into a long run? If you guys don't know, if you know me from Impossible Abs, I also do quite a bit of endurance racing. I've done a bunch of half marathons, quite a few marathons at this point. I did my first ultra marathon this fall, and a bunch of other endurance events like triathlons and stuff. I'm not the fastest, endurance runner in the world, but it's something I enjoy. I like seeing how far I can go. And the best thing I've ever had in any race, just hit the spot. It, gave me the best burst of energy out of anything to date was a Coca-Cola about 27 and a half miles in on my 31-mile race this fall. I don't even like Coke. It's not that great. I don't drink it on a regular basis or at all really, but at that point it was caffeine and sugar straight to my bloodstream. At mile 27 it was like exactly what I needed, and I don't know of anything to date that's tasted as good as that Coca-Cola. That said, you probably don't want to be drinking a 2 liter, just downing it, on your next half marathon or marathon. It's good once or twice in a race, but you don't want to be drinking it constantly. And so what I'm going to recommend is a banana. It's not the craziest fruit in the world, but it's really, really simple. You basically, just peel it open, and what I do, I just smash it up in my hands and kind of feed it to myself like baby food. It's not the sexiest thing in the world, but if you're a runner or runners, you start to realize that runners do a lot of things that aren't quite done specifically for sex appeal. So you're going to do a lot of things that aren't necessarily don't look great, but sorry ladies, don't come and watch me race because it's not necessarily always a pretty sight. But bananas are really good for a bunch of different reasons. One, it's got a good carbohydrate content. It's going to give you a lot of energy very quickly. It's also going to be very easy to digest, especially if you mash it up beforehand. You barely even have to swallow the thing, and then instead of having to spend a ton of energy on digesting the food, your body can divert the blood and all the other energy towards actually moving your legs and keeping you running. The third thing is it's got a lot of potassium in it, which is going to help on with cramping that sometimes happens on some of these longer runs. So it's not the craziest food in the world. You can do stuff like goo and shot box and all these other gels, but I find bananas are a lot more, one, they're a lot more natural, so your body knows how to process it better. But two, it's you don't have to drink as much water to get the taste out of your mouth like you do have to do with goos and gels and all that other stuff too. So I really like bananas. It's it's simple, it's portable. Every race has them. If they don't, you can bring your own, and it's got its own, it's got its peel, so it's basically portable. You can throw it in your backpack or whatever you want to do, and you're not going to have to worry about getting dirty or washing it off before eating it. So go with banana. If you guys have a favorite fruit, runners, throw your favorite food in the comments below. Tell me what you guys are eating on some of those longer races, and hopefully this is helpful, and I'll see you next time.